He drove off down the road, never to be seen again.
I'd be so
me at least.
scared shitless.
My brother hadn't even heard me shouting.
What do you, like, even do? What do you even do?
When my parents came back, I told them about the Santa that came to visit. They thought I was just pretending or playing a game. A couple of days after Christmas, the news broke out. An 8-year-old boy in our town had disappeared from his house after his parents ran to the stores. They'd only left him alone for 10 minutes. They never found him. My folks believed my story after that, and never left me alone with my brother again.
Give me a second, I'm gonna run my plate and I'll be right
We
back.
had that screen door rule in my home.
Grinch cookie jar, Brayden.
I have had my fair share of weird and scary incidents in my life, but this particular one stands out without any...
I've had my weird share of scary and
incident.
creepy,
Every Christmas,
whatever the fuck he said.
gives me a present. My heart stops for a while, thinking I have to unwrap it. I was 10 years old, and it was the last Christmas I had with my cat, Pillow. Guessing from the name, I'm sure you have understood Pillow was a cute, furry cat. I wanted a pet dog, but we found Pillow on the pavement one day. So my mom and I brought him home to live with us. He was a very hyperactive cat, always running and chasing things around the house. I remember that Christmas, we saw the maximum snowfall in Rochester. So,
Rochester.
it was Christmas Eve. I was having the traditional Christmas dinner with my family. There was stuffing, roasted
It's not that
chicken,
far, Brayden.
mashed potatoes, eggnog, ham, and fruitcake. I was eating as much as I could when the doorbell rang. Due to the heavy snowfall outside, our community had to cancel the neighborhood Christmas party. So it was a small celebration that resided in every individual's home. Hearing the doorbell, my dad got up to answer it. My mom and I kept eating and heard Dad opening the main door and pausing for a while. Generally, we expect a conversation once you answer a door, but that didn't happen in this case. My dad didn't say a single thing for at least a minute or two, and then he closed the door abruptly. With this awkward silence, only Pillow growled, staring at the corridor. As my dad entered the living room, I noticed he had a present in his hands. A cardboard box
It's a bomb.
with a shiny red gift wrapper and a green bow tied on top. The gift looked too Christmassy to me, if you get my meaning. My dad placed the box right in front of my plate and said, "Someone left you a Christmas gift, Peter. It seems like you have a secret friend." I was surprised, because I had already exchanged presents with my friends a day ago, and there was no one else left to send me gifts amidst the snowstorm. There was a name card attached to the ribbon. It read, "Merry Christmas, Peter."
Merry Christmas, Peter.
My mom said with a smile. After opening it, I found a giant cookie jar looking like the head of a Grinch, filled with dark chocolate chip cookies. Like most of the kids, I never liked the Grinch. The weird-looking creature with his scary-ass smile always felt intimidating. The Grinch on the cookie jar had an even more disturbing smile than the movies, and its eyes were yellow with a black dot in them. The
Watching
gaze was
Christmas
so
horror
off-putting
stories
that even
right
my
now.
mom said, "This is an unusual gift. It looks so creepy. Who could have left it on our doorstep?" My dad replied, "I don't know. There was no one as far as I could see."
I
She
have one
shrugged her
left. I gotta
shoulders
get more.
and kept the cookie jar in the middle of the table.
Me too, I got 4.
Even though I wouldn't say I liked it,
Uncle Jay has
I
like
couldn't
6 of them.
control myself from having a chocolate cookie.
Yeah.
After
got like 3
finishing
mint
my
ones
dinner,
and then
I took a
like
giant-sized
the
cookie
espresso
and went to bed,
martini and
kissing my
then
parents
spice
goodnight.
cider and some.
I ate it while staring at the snowfall outside my window.
You ever try them?
I was
Yeah, you gave me
shocked
one.
at how delicious this cookie was. The chocolate
No, the one you
chips
gave me
almost
was the
melted
spice cider
inside
one.
my mouth. Being happy
When you
and
first got 'em, I
thankful for
think.
all the gifts,
Mojito one's cool.
I got under my warm blanket
Apparently
for
so
a
is
night
some
of deep
espresso
sleep.
one.
I woke up feeling
I
thirsty.
feel like that wouldn't be that
Finding the jug empty, I got up to go to the kitchen. I was still in a state of drowsiness as I woke up abruptly. I was about to take the first step down the stairs when I saw a human figure sitting at the bottom of the stairs in a frog-like position,
Hell nah, Brayden.
staring at me. I don't think I will ever
It
forget
looks
the
just
eyes.
like you.
It was a pair of glowing yellow eyes on a filthy green face. It was the Grinch gazing at me. I almost shit my pants, realizing this, and what happened next happened so quickly. I still failed to
I
explain it.
almost shit my
The
pants.
Grinch gave me a big, toothy smile.
What the fuck did I miss?
Not much, honestly. This one doesn't seem that real. This kind of seems a little interesting.
On Christmas Day 2018, my girlfriend and I took a trip to her parents' house. This was my first time meeting her family, and I was excited to meet them. Christmas is by far my favorite holiday, and I love the Christmas spirit. After spending 3 or 4 hours there, though,
Why do I automatically feel like this shit's like, I don't know. I don't like this.
I was definitely getting anxious to leave. My social battery had been about completely drained. Sometimes it takes a lot out of me being around new people, especially if it's for a long period of time. I don't know why I'm like that, but I've been this way ever since I was just a small child. It's not that I don't like people or enjoy their company, I'm just a person that likes to keep to themselves, or maybe I should say I have a very select few amount of people that I love and interact with daily. I just wasn't used to being around so many new people and getting all of his attention. Right before we were about to leave, we quickly realized that over the 4 or 5 hours we spent there, we got lots of snow. I knew it was snowing, but I didn't think we were going to be hit with as much snow as we got hit with. There was easily an additional 3 to 5 inches of snow that was piled on top of the roads that were already in bad enough condition beforehand. My girlfriend and I lived just over an hour away from her parents' house, so with the roads being as dangerous as they were, we got settled in, and we pretty much had no other choice than to crash there for the night. The snow had no plans on slowing down anytime soon, and there was no way we were going to drive under those horrible conditions. My girlfriend seemed quite happy about staying the night, but me, on the other hand, I wasn't so psyched about it. I wasn't going to complain though. I was just happy I was under a safe and warm roof with my girlfriend. Plus I got to spend some more time with her family, and I really got to know her dad some more. We bonded over similar interests that we both had, like hunting and basketball, which I thought was pretty cool. Her parents were very nice and welcoming to me, and they prepared a great meal for myself and everyone else, which I was thankful for. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad after all. I couldn't have been more wrong to think that, though. It was getting late, and everybody was venturing off to bed. My girlfriend Grace got us some blankets, and we went to the spare bedroom that we were staying in for the night. We turned on a random horror movie, and she fell asleep less than halfway through the movie. I, on the other hand, wasn't tired at all. All of a sudden, I heard this weird noise that sounded like it came from outside. It almost sounded like smaller-sized tree branches were dragging across the bedroom window. I really didn't think a whole lot about it at first, but it definitely caught me off guard and raised my suspicion. I almost got up out of bed to try and take a look outside, but Grace was lying in my arms and I didn't want to wake her up for nothing. I think I just assumed that I was overthinking. A bit of time passed by and I was finally getting sleepy, but I really had to use the bathroom. I got up out of bed slowly and quietly as possible to ensure I didn't wake Grace up, and I did my business in the bathroom, and I lied back down in bed after. As I was drifting asleep, I heard this disturbing-like scream come from outside. It was loud enough to wake me up and startle me, but not enough to wake Grace up. I got up and I looked out the window, and I kid you not, I could see a person that was standing in the middle of the backyard looking at me. I wasn't so sure they could see me, but I didn't weigh it out as an option. I didn't really care anyways if they could see me or not, to tell the truth. My gut told me something was terribly wrong, though. You know,
Alex,
when
are you
get
even
that gut
paying
feeling of
attention?
Dread. It's an unexplainable feeling, but that's how I felt. I tried to wake my girlfriend up, but she's a heavy sleeper, so after a few attempts, I gave up. Stupidly enough, I ran outside by myself to go and see what the hell was happening. And the person I saw only a few minutes ago was gone. They were completely out of sight. I then spotted the footsteps in the snow that looked like it led all the way to the shed in the backyard. I followed them cautiously, but quickly at the same time. Then I heard the scratching sound as I was approaching the shed. It almost sounded like the way a knife sounds when scraped against metal. But even so, I continued moving forward. As I got up
Fucking idiot,
closer to the
dude.
front door of the shed, I noticed that it was cracked open. I opened it some more and peeked my head through ever so slowly, with my heart practically beating out of my chest now. And that's when I saw the most disturbing thing I will ever see in my entire life. That same man from earlier was standing right there, no more than 10 feet away from me. He had a sledgehammer in his hand and was approaching me now. I stood there in shock for probably a few seconds, but I screamed for help as loud as I could immediately. I started to run back to the house, and he began chasing me. When I turned around, though, right before I got to the front door, he was out of sight. Almost like he vanished out of thin air. I didn't question it much. I was just ready to get the hell inside to safety. I ran upstairs in a panic to Grace, and I told her what happened. She started freaking out when I told her, even more than I was, and we woke her family up and told them as well about what happened. Thankfully, they have cameras up surrounding the perimeter of the house, so Grace's dad played back the footage so they could see what we were talking about. Unfortunately, it didn't pick up the man's facial features at all, and it wasn't any help in identifying the man. I barely got a good look at him either. All I can really say is that he was average height, that he had medium-length black curly hair, and was creepy as fuck. For some reason, her parents didn't want me to call the police though, and I think they tried to convince me that it was some sort of prank and that we shouldn't be worried about it. I don't know how the hell they could believe that, but I thought that was pretty weird. Something about that didn't seem right to me. You would think that if someone was on your property with a weapon and they chased your daughter's boyfriend in the middle of the night, that something would probably kick in inside of you, that was definitely way more than just a silly prank. The guy was going to fucking kill me for Christ's sakes. I skipped out on going to Grace's parents' house every Christmas since. And I've been running out of excuses, but I really don't care to go back. Last year on Christmas Eve, I was sitting in my living room on the couch, enjoying my free time alone. My two boys, who were only 5 and 8 years old at the time, were already in bed, and my wife was already sleeping peacefully as well. I had a couple hours to myself to do whatever I wanted, so I turned a random Christmas movie on that I found on TV and I let it play in the background. I turned our Christmas tree lights on and I made myself some hot chocolate to really help set the atmosphere of a cozy Christmas Eve night. I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to the movie. I was mostly just playing games on my phone and scrolling through Facebook.
Benjamin.
I just remember feeling very content and relaxed. It was the perfect night.
Benjamin.
I had the fireplace going,
Benjamin.
I had leftovers from last night's dinner, and the next day was Christmas. I didn't think
Benjamin.
that life could get any better than that.
I'm streaming to Shane.
Completely out
What? Shane's watching. You're watching YouTube?
of nowhere. I heard a thud.
What do you mean you're streaming to YouTube? You're streaming to YouTube? Are you live on Twitch? You're live on YouTube?
Thud sound that came from the other side of the house.
No way.
It scared me at first, but I figured
don't
it
believe
was
you.
Nothing. But then I heard it again.
I am.
I then looked outside.
What is
through the
Braden's
living
YouTube?
room window and the kitchen window that was above the sink.
Unknown
and
to
all
you,
around the
BM.
house. I peeked my head through my kid's bedroom. They share a room, might I add, just to see if anything was going on that I should know about. They were both sound asleep.
You're live? No,
I
you're
checked my
not.
wife and I's room as well, but
You are.
she seemed to be sleeping.
What? You're live.
Noise.
Why?
Brayden just decided to go live, I guess.
Just decided to stream.
I heard the noise like 3 or 4 separate times, and each time it sounded like someone was pounding on
Brayden.
something with their fist. I took a step outside in my slippers to have a look around the
You know what's
house,
really
but
funny?
there was no
I
one.
can't even hear. Oh,
Maybe
wait,
my
no,
mom
never
was just
mind.
playing
Yes, I can.
tricks on me, I thought. I decided to let it go and head back inside. I was now walking back to our patio, and just as I made it inside and was about to lock the sliding glass door, I heard a scream.
Brayden,
It sounded
I
like
can't
shit.
believe you just decided to go
Right away,
live.
I knew it was Luke, who was my youngest boy. I'm not sure where the scream was coming from, but I ran to the boys' room and exploded through the door and turned
Why?
the light on. Logan, who was my other son, woke up in a panic and Luke was missing. The bedroom window was wide open. I asked Logan where he was, and he said he had no idea. I told Logan to run to Mom in our room and to let her know that Luke was missing and to call the police. I grabbed my 9mm handgun and I rushed outside and ran to my backyard, calling out for Luke's name. And thankfully, he was able to let
He
out a
grabbed that
scream.
9 milli.
We live out in the country and we have a huge yard that sits on about 15 acres of mostly dense woods and trails. I followed the sound of his scream and it led me to the woods. I found myself chasing after him, just trying my
I can't
absolute
believe you're
best to
actually
find
streaming.
him. I screamed and screamed for him, but eventually he stopped.
Well, I mean, do you guys want to play the game or do you just want to keep watching these? Shane?
I don't have game.
You don't have game.
The only game I have is GTA because Fortnite just updated.
What game are we? Well, I mean, we could play GTA. But
The hell are
GTA
we gonna-
boring.
Yeah, exactly. What the hell are we gonna do with GTA?
I don't know, Shane. We have a
Let's play-
penthouse, by the way, so we could.
Let's play fucking Roblox.
Yeah?
Fuck. Making me sit up.
How do
Roblox.
Play Roblox.